Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Beez. So this is the game of Beez set up as a 3-player game. These 3 cards are public and everyone is going for those 3 things. And they'll be different each time. The color of the top is one of each. Each player is then dealt one of each card and they then choose to discard one of them and keep the other 2. So normally these are closed, but for the purposes of what we're doing, I'm going to open them up so we can actually see what each player is going for. Don't worry too much about the content of those cards. Each of them has an explanation in the rulebook. I won't go through each individually, but we'll see how that all pans out in the end. So on your turn, you select a direction. You cannot go straight ahead. If you go this way, you're going 1 or 5 spots. If you go this way, you're going 1 or 5. If you're going that way, it's 2 or 4. That way is 2 or 4. And straight backwards is 3. And that's what's going to show on every bee within the directions they want to go. So for example, the purple player wishes to pick up one of these. So he's going to go 1 to here. He then takes the bit of pollen that's next to him and places it on his board within the 1 section because that's how far he traveled. So he might just put that there to start with. Now what he's done, he's got 2 points straight away. He's not going to count these points up to the end of the game, but because this card's looking for yellow, it's 2 points for every yellow. So he's going to be going after as much yellow as possible. This one is going to pay him out for going all the way across. So if he is able to get a line all the way across on the 1s, he's 7 points. If he's able to do that by taking one of each different color, then that will give him 12 points. This one is going to pay him 7 points if he manages to fill up the top row and 12 points if he manages to fill up both. So what he's really going for is every different color, then yellow and yellow in the top and bottom, as much as he's able to. He's probably not going to be able to do that, but that's what he's aiming for. When you take a pollen, by the way, you move this marker along 1. So always double check yourself. I tend to forget that. That's just in my own personal playing and need to kind of keep checking myself. And I suggest that it's a really good idea to just continually check yourself to see if you've actually filled up these spots. If this player on his turn wanted to go 1 to here, he's not able to. He is, however, able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here to take the white piece. And he's gone 5, so you might as well put that there, for example. So note you're not able to stop on other bees, but you can cross over other bees. Other things to bear in mind is that you are not able to go off the board. So this player would not be able to go 1 to here. If, for example, he was facing there, he wouldn't be able to use his 2 to go 1, 2 to get here because he will have had to go off the board to get across. The other thing to bear in mind, if he'd managed to land here, he would have taken that middle piece as well and placed that in the correct spot. It counts the same as the small ones, but it's a way to get extra pieces of pollen as you're flying around. So with a single flight, you can get 2 of the same color if you're able to land on that middle spot. The middle spot is the large one that you've landed on plus one of the other 3 pieces. If you get a bee to land on somewhere with a water drop, so like that, he gets to move again. 1, 2 to there. If you land somewhere that doesn't have any pollen, then he can't take any pollen, obviously. And that realistically is the game. You go until one of the players has managed to get all the way to the end of their track. So purple up to here, which means you've got 12 pieces of pollen. Once that's happened, finish the round. So if this was the first player, purple has managed to get to 12. This player would get 1 more turn. And then count up your score. And your score comes from these 3 cards, which are public. Everyone gets those. And then whatever you're able to score out of your 2 private cards. So I think that gives you enough of an idea of the game to get started and get playing. Please go ahead and watch my gameplay to get a feel for how the game actually plays. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.